Hey guys, I'm so sorry. My fucking video cut off. That's so agitating. My husband told me to delete the YouTube app so that I could free up some storage. Because, girl, my photos is all over the place. I be having so much content on my phone, and like half of it doesn't even belong to me or is of me or anybody I know. But anyway, I just love art stuff, and I be taking like little videos and stuff. So I don't know. But, anyways, I wanted to finish up my video. So yeah, I don't know. I just think right now it's just challenging to see the light at the end of the tunnel because it's like so much going on. And I remember there's like little moments where I just felt overwhelmed. I'm like, I have so many appointments. I'm always filling out paperwork. I'm always driving here, there, hither, dither, whatever the saying may be. And it just can be a lot to manage it. And you have to really be on top of it. And I just remember feeling exhausted by that. And I was so sick of people telling me I was strong because it's like sometimes I don't want to be. It's because I have to be. And there's a difference, a clear difference. And like, I feel like I've been feeling a certain sense of grief because I can be very content or just like chill, and then something will happen, or I'll think of something, or I'll see something, and I just immediately get sad, and it just puts me in like this low mood or like this funk a little bit. And sometimes it's hard to dig myself out of. It feels like I'm almost drowning and like no one can see me, and that can be pretty challenging. And again, I have supportive people around me, but I think most people don't know how to address it. And I think sometimes, even though they don't mean to, it can come across as invalidating, even though that's not their intent. Because I'm like, you're just saying like the hallmark response or the easy thing to say, or the thing that most of us we're like programmed or conditioned to say. But it's like, hold space for me, or say, I see you, I'm gonna sit with you, even though this is uncomfortable, or I don't know how to respond. Like, I think people really don't know how to do that. We just wanna give someone an answer or some type of advice or suggestion. But sometimes it's like, let me vent, let me bitch, let me complain, let me just scream, let me do whatever it is I need to do. Just hold space for me, but don't do it in a way that like you're trying to fix me. I'm not asking you to fix me. I'm asking you to see me. I'm asking you to not liken me to my illness, or see me only in one lens or one way, or even view me as invisible in some cases. But it's just been a journey. Like, I've been going back and forth to the doctors for probably like 3 or 4 months now. My surgery is approaching. I would be lying if I said I wasn't having any anxiety, because I totally fucking am. My thought process behind these was just to get it out, because I feel like there's like an elephant in the room, and I just feel like for me, I have to address stuff. I have to address it head on, but I like to take my time. I wasn't quite ready to come forward with it yet. I'm actually shocked I didn't cry more, but yeah, also I'm so sick of fucking crying. Like, but I have to tell myself this is just a part of the process. Feeling grief, feeling sadness, feeling blue, whatever the case may be, like, it's probably very normal and very common. It's just not talked about as much. But I've tried to find ways to take my power back, and one of the first ways I did that was art. I actually wrote a personal essay about having endometriosis, and there was a particular incident that actually inspired it. I actually have two physical therapists that I see. One I worked with for a while. She's so fucking hilarious. She's like this loud, sassy white woman who's like so unfiltered, unapologetic. She be cracking me the fuck up. I be like, girl, what? Like, we just be in there having the time of our life. And I met this other one, and she's so amazing. She's like this really sweet Asian woman, just like very petite, very like gentle, and just like loving and super, super supportive. And it was my first time meeting her. Because I think my other physical therapist is working out of a different office, and she has like a really crazy schedule. They all do. And also, can we take a moment to shout out physical therapists, because they're literally healers. They're literally healing people's bodies, and I don't think we talk about that enough. But yeah, shout out to them. I actually told my PT that I was like, you guys are literally healers. Like, come on now. Like, we should be thanking you. But anyway, we should be worshiping the ground that they walk on. But anyway, it was my first time meeting my the other physical therapist, because she specializes in the pelvic floor. I think they have like 3 specialists that or therapists that work in that area specifically. And I remember she had given me an exercise. It was my first one of the day, and she had just walked off, and she came back to check on me, and she asked me how I was doing. And a bitch, I broke down. Like, I broke down. So I just like started crying so hard. Like, it wasn't loud or anything, but it was just like all the thoughts came running into my mind. Like, like my baby, my physical well-being, am I going to be okay? Like, how much longer? Like, I just had so many different questions, and I just was thinking of different things. And the more I thought about it, the more anxious I started to cry. And even before she came in there, I had started tearing up, because I was just like, nobody sees like how much work I'm actually doing to work through this disease, and to not let it take full control and decimate my fucking life, because it literally feels like a fucking hurricane just swept through. Like, it's so insane. Like, I can't describe it enough. That's the best way I can describe it. I think I wrote a line about that in my essay. So I wrote a personal essay inspired by that event. And she just handled me with such care and grace and empathy. And she, like, again, she held space for me, but she really saw me and she validated everything I was feeling. She actually told me, she was like, you are valid and your feelings are valid. And I just felt so seen by her. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was like, I need to write about this. But not only that, but just like how frustrated I was with my body, frustrated it wasn't happening fast enough, frustrated I wasn't recovering fast enough, frustrated I wasn't seeing results fast enough. But I was like, it's a process. This is a very debilitating thing and it's going to take me a while to work through this. And I was like, I'm probably going to have to do PT for probably like upwards of 3 or 6 months. That's my guess. And that's the gut instinct I have. And so I wrote about it and it was so cathartic to get it out. And I sent it to all my writer friends. I'm in a writer's group, so I had like a deadline. I literally wrote that bitch in 5 days, like 4 or 5 days. Like, it was insane. Like, I couldn't believe that came out of me. And the piece is called Shell of a Woman. I actually submitted it. There's a Black women-led, unowned digital publication called Midnight and Indigo, and they publish Black women's work. So I submitted it there after I got all the critiques from my writer friends in the writers group and some of my other friends. Every single person was like, I literally cried reading this. And then I showed it to my physical therapist. I printed her a copy of it and she loved it. She was like, this is like a career high for me. She was like, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life. So I was like, in doing that, I was able to voice and articulate what I was going through, but also make sense of it. And so I did that. I also asked my boss if I could do a reading at the coffee shop, even though I'm going to be leaving. Technically, this week is actually my last week and I'm a little sad about it. It's going to be a little bittersweet, but I think it's time for me to move on and that's okay. But she told me I could do that and we're going to do it in Endometriosis Awareness Month, which is March. It's also Women's International Month, I believe, as well. So we thought it would, actually my boss came up with that. I didn't even remember about the Women's International thing, but then I was like, oh, I think it's also Endometriosis Awareness Month. So I did that. We've got that scheduled on the books. I'm also trying to see if I can partner with an organization and have someone there to kind of like help with like, you know, the audience Q&A and just spit some facts and maybe bring like some brochures and like information, because a lot of people still don't really know what it is and they don't know. I think a lot of the times people don't know how to support people that have endometriosis because it's a very complex disease. Again, like I said in my other video, it takes so much away from you. Also, I think what I'm going to have is I'm going to ask people for donations and then I want to donate to this organization. It's called Endo Black. You should check them out. They're a Black women owned organization or nonprofit. So I really want to partner with an organization or a charity or something. Like I feel it in my spirit. Like I said, I'm feeling called to it. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. And then what was the other thing? I'm actually doing a panel at my physical therapist, like their office, their practice. And we're going to do like a panel talking about managing endometriosis with empathy from the clinical side. And I'm actually going to be partnering with the physical therapist I've been working with. So I'm really excited. We're going to do virtual and in person. I'm going to be there, but for people that can't attend, we're going to have a virtual link. I made a flyer. I made like a little outline of like what I want to say and everything. Like I feel so called. I was like, I can't just like let this bypass me. I've always wanted to have something to advocate for. And there's things I'm very passionate about and have strong opinions about, but I've never really like advocated entirely in my art. I think sometimes I have, but I was like, this is something I'm really passionate about. Number one, because I'm going through it. Number two, because I know other people are going through it. And number three, not enough people are saying anything about it. And there's not a ton of organizations or like groups or anything around here in this area. So I was like, I need to like bring it to the forefront. Like I said, I actually prayed before I submitted the piece. I was like, please, like God, use me as a vessel, make my art visible, make me visible, and use me in the way that you see fit. So I've been trying to put some shit in motion for real. And then I think I just came up with this idea last night because I was, again, looking around and I was like, I don't see anything. I looked on Eventbrite, I looked online, and I was like, there's nothing around here. So I think I'm going to try to start an endometriosis support group for women that have it and like really hold space because for them and create a safe space for them, because I was like, I'm not seeing that around here. And I was like, for me, I feel lonely right now. I feel isolated. I feel alienated by this disease because I can explain to somebody until I'm blue in the face. Like to be honest with you, it makes you snap. It makes your mood you just be irritated, like irritable. Like sometimes I'll be snapping on my husband because he'd be like, I don't know what you're going through. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You fucking don't. I'm like, and he tries to cheer me on, but I'm like, you're like, I don't want you to baby me or coddle me, but like, bitch, I'm breaking my body so I can bring your child into this world, and so I can get myself in good standing and be able to do all the things. Like, you don't realize like how much it is. He'll be like, have a good session. I'm like, did you really just tell me that? Like, I know you're saying that, but it's like, that's not fulfilling to me. That's not supporting me in the way that I need. But I'm like, he's trying. Like, God bless him, he's trying. But it's kind of difficult. It's like, you're not having to do all this shit. Like, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it by myself, and I'm still showing up. I'm still going to work. I'm about to start school next week. I'm still writing. I'm still, high functioning to some extent. I've been cooking dinner like almost every day. Like, I'm still showing up even though I don't really have the energy to even do it, you know? So I don't know. I just want to keep pushing, and I want to keep working on this. And I hope that, maybe I can get in some other rooms and get in front of some other, faces and spaces. But that's my goal. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not just going to let this disease take me over. Like, I'm going to use it as fuel and use it as purpose. But anyways, that was most of what I wanted to say. I feel like there's so much more I could say, but I didn't talk your ear off long enough. I appreciate you guys listening. I know this was a very long video, a little two-parter, but I really had to get it off my chest. I really wanted to say something. For anybody battling endometriosis or thinks that they might have it, I see you, I believe you, I hear you. I pray that you are seen by a great medical team. I hope you have a great medical team backing you. And don't be afraid to ask for more, and don't be afraid to require more. If something isn't working for you or serving you, whether that's a doctor, whether that's an office, a practice, whatever, seek out something else. You can find good care, and you can have a good quality of life, even though this is very, very fucking debilitating. I'm sending you all my love. I'm sending virtual hugs. But yeah, to all my endo girlies, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.